Happy ending this morning. The kidnapped Moti brothers are back home. As you would remember, they were kidnapped 3 weeks by a group of gunmen while being taken to school in Polokwane in Limpopo. Now, the brothers, Zayyad, Alaan, Zayyad and Zdan, have been examined by a doctor who has confirmed that they are all in good health. So let's cross now to our reporter in Limpopo, Lutendo Bobodi, who is in Nirvana, where the family lives. Good morning, Lutendo, and of course one can imagine after all the agony, the wait, the silence for so many weeks, it must be a jubilant scene this morning for the boys to be back home.
Yeah, thank you so much. We've been following this story from day one. You could read the excruciating pain on the faces of family members when this thing happened about 3 weeks back. Of course, as you said, we're speaking to you from Nirvana. This is the home of the Moti. It's an upmarket suburb. As you can see, the sprawling mansions behind me. Previously, it used to be the home of, it was Indian only. Suburb that is, of course, during apartheid. It's an upmarket suburb, mostly for well-off people. But of course, as you said, it's a good news for South Africans, not just for the Moti family. All South Africans who were, of course, following this story about the disappearance of the 4 boys. Good news, and everybody this morning is raving about it on social media, Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. It's about this story today. Of course, everybody, including myself, I'm grinning behind this mask, you know, because I followed this story from day one. But of course, as I can tell you now, Sakina, we've hit a bit of a brick wall, a bit of a cul-de-sac, because we are not able to speak to the family now. The family has asked for some sort of a privacy. They said they'll speak to us after a few days. They are still trying to digest what happened. Of course, the kids are also going through some sort of counseling. They have not even been interviewed by the police yet. But what I can tell you is that according to the family, they were called yesterday and were told that they could come and speak and pick their children at a spot somewhere in Vuwani. That's about 200 kilometers from here. It's amazing how these people work. Their modus operandi, 200 kilometers from here, and they were reunited. As far as the statement of the police is concerned, they were in a good mood, upbeat about reuniting with their family. But right now, Sakina, I want to bring in an eyewitness who witnessed the incident that happened on that particular day. That was exactly 3 weeks ago, 20 October 2021, who witnessed it. And we have also spoke to him previously. His name is Trompi Khurunjaya, who joins me now. Thank you so much for your time and thank you so much for your patience. You've been with us from early this morning. Firstly, just a bit of recap. What happened on that particular day?
Okay, well, I was on my way to Messina that morning to do a job outside. We were waiting in the traffic, and my radar I saw a lot of dust on my right hand side. And when I looked, I saw a car going quickly down the middle lane of the road there, off-road. And it seemed like he was being pursued by another vehicle as well. So, yeah.
Okay. And you said when you had the news this morning, when I called you this morning, you had the news for the first time, you were excited. Talk to us about it.
Yeah, this morning, no, that was the best news. I think I can speak for everyone in Polokwane and maybe in South Africa as well to say that we're extremely glad that the kids got safely home as well, and especially before the festive seasons now. Yeah. So, yeah, no, we're very glad for them. And yeah.
And earlier you were speaking to us and my colleagues that you would like to meet the Moti family. What would you like to tell them if you were to meet them today? Hypothetically speaking, if you were to meet them today, what would you tell them?
Same as I told you, we're very glad that they're safely home and that I really hope they recover quickly from this. Yes, and all of our love and yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much, Sakina. We are just a few meters from the Moti's house. As per their request, we cannot capture their house now. I think it's about security measures. They don't want us to expose security features. in their house. But of course, police are saying it's been elevated to national. We cannot speak to the police here locally, so we can only speak to the police nationally, who are saying that they have not yet interviewed these children. And of course, we will keep our ear to the ground and keep our tabs and of course follow the developments.
Indeed, Lutendo, and echoing those sentiments that Trumpy has just expressed, and you, of course, I think South Africans as a whole, as the weeks dragged on, it really was so difficult, and praying so hard that these kids would just, find their way back home safely, and I think our prayers have been answered, so everybody happy for that. Lutendo, we'll leave it there for now. Of course, if there's anything more, SABC News will catch up with you at a later stage. So let's park that there. A great news story this morning to start it off. If you haven't heard yet, if you've just woken up, the 4 Moti boys have returned home. They've been examined by a doctor. They are in good health and they've been reunited with their parents. They were found in Vuwani, as you heard from Lutendo, around 200 kilometers from where they were kidnapped in Vuwani in Limpopo. But they've now been reunited with their parents. At this stage, it's time to check in with Vuwani to find out what's happening sports-wise. We've got Bafana, we've got some sports news from the Cricket T20 World Cup, and of course, rugby. Over to you, Vuwani.